Makari, she's my first daughter. She's like this burst of energy that comes out of nowhere. Once she wakes up in the morning, like she's just so full of joy. It was the day after the 4th of July. I noticed on 4th of July, like she was herself. She was playing, she loved the fireworks, and then that next morning my baby she just wasn't herself. She was breathing heavily, like fast, at a faster pace than normal. So we rushed her to the hospital and her heart was failing.
When I first met her, she was already quite sick. When I saw the ultrasound of her heart and I saw that it really wasn't squeezing hardly at all, that's what really concerned me the most. She was, kind of on a cliff edge. She was going to get very sick very soon. Makari was diagnosed with what we call dilated cardiomyopathy. So dilated means that the heart is kind of ballooned out. Literally, it's normally a muscle that's kind of strong and able to squeeze hard. And in dilated cardiomyopathy, it looks more like a balloon. It gets big and dilated and really thin, and it doesn't squeeze very well.
She had arrhythmias where the heart is unpredictable. She would fibrillate. And when that happens, the next thing would be the heart would stop without any notice.
If she don't get a heart within the next year or the next few months, she's gonna die. Like, when they told me that, I was so scared, and we didn't know how long she had to live to be with us.
Makari's condition was very grim. She was in the hospital for several months. She had blood type O. Patients like her could wait months, sometimes up to a year, to get a suitable organ. I've been involved in heart transplantation for over 35 years. This last 12 months has been the driest year of all. And the trend is unfortunately very discouraging. We don't see there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Children and adults are not surviving until transplant because we don't have enough donors. Her heart got to a point where it couldn't support her well. And unfortunately, with medicines alone, we were not able to get her to where she could survive to wait on the transplant list until she could get a heart transplant.
We presented the option of a Berlin heart so she could survive until a donor heart would become available.
All I could remember is Dr. Swace asking me, like, you love your daughter, right? Would you do whatever it takes to save her life? And you know what? I was like, okay, there's no more thinking about this at this point. Like, let's do this.
And so we performed implantation and supported her with a Berlin device, which is a heart pump that sits outside of the chest.
This part here goes into the patient's heart. And this is what you see coming out of the patient. So blood leaves the heart through this valve. Once this chamber fills with blood, then it gets compressed back to the heart. And she lived with that pump for about 3 months. She started to gain weight with time, and you could not keep her in bed.
She grew and she thrived, and she became the joy of the ICU. And she would, she'd go crazy dancing. You could see her heart pump there, and she's, working out, dancing, having a party as a cute little kid. And so when the right heart came for her, she was so ready.
They found her heart the day after her birthday. Her birthday was November 7th. They called us on November 8th, and she went in surgery November 9th. It was like, it was the best feeling ever. I was so happy. I was crying, like tears of joy. I appreciate Loma Linda Hospital for saving my daughter's life. She's so healthy now, it's like amazing. So I'm so happy to be her mom. I am. I'm so in love with my daughter. Like, I love her. She's my life.